Once upon a time, in the land where the Sahara meets the sea, there was a small village nestled in the Atlas Mountains of Morocco. This village, called Ait Ben Haddou, was known for its majestic kasbahs, tall towers built from clay and straw, standing strong against the desert winds. In Ait Ben Haddou lived a young girl named Layla, who was known for her adventurous spirit. Unlike other children in the village, who were content to stay close to home, Layla dreamed of exploring the world beyond the mountains. She had heard stories from the elders about the bustling markets of Marrakech, the endless dunes of the Sahara, and the blue city of Chefchaouen. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky in hues of gold and crimson, Layla approached her grandfather, who was the village storyteller. She asked him if the stories of the hidden in the sands of the Sahara were true. Her grandfather, with a twinkle in his eye, told her a tale of an ancient city buried beneath the desert, a place where time stood still and where the sands whispered secrets of the past. Inspired by the story, Layla decided she would find this lost city. With the blessings of her grandfather, she set out on her journey, armed with nothing but a small satchel of dates, a water skin, and the stories she had grown up hearing. As Layla ventured deeper into the Sahara, the landscape began to change. The towering sand dunes stretched endlessly, and the scorching sun tested her resolve. But Layla was determined. She followed the stars at night, just as her ancestors had done, and during the day she found shade and rest under the sparse acacia trees. One day, after many weeks of travel, Layla came across an ancient caravanserai, a resting place for travelers. There, she met an old nomad who was the last of his tribe. The nomad, seeing the determination in Layla's eyes, decided to help her. He told her that the lost city she sought was known as Zahra al-Raml, the flower of the sands, and that it was guarded by the jinn, spirits of the desert. Undeterred by the warnings, Layla continued her journey. The old nomad gave her a small amulet, saying it would protect her from the jinn. As she walked further into the desert, the winds began to howl, and the sands swirled around her, almost as if they were alive. One night, under a full moon, Layla finally reached the heart of the desert. There, rising from the sands, was Zahra al-Raml, shimmering, as if it were made of gold. The city was untouched by time, its buildings as grand as they had been centuries ago. Layla entered the city, and to her amazement, she found it filled with treasures, jewels, gold, and ancient manuscripts. But the greatest treasure she found was a book of knowledge, filled with stories and wisdom from a forgotten era. As she prepared to leave the city, the jinn appeared before her, their forms swirling like the desert winds. They spoke in voices that echoed through the city, telling Layla that she had proven herself worthy by seeking knowledge instead of riches. They allowed her to take the book back to her village, but warned her to leave the other treasures behind, for they were cursed. Layla returned to Ait Ben Haddou, where she was greeted as a hero. The knowledge she brought back helped her people thrive, and the stories of her journey were passed down through generations. The village, once small and isolated, became a center of learning and culture in Morocco. And so, the legend of Layla, the girl who found the lost city of Zahra al-Raml, became one of the greatest stories ever told in the land where the Sahara meets the sea.